Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. President Goodluck Jonathan joins other African leaders in Niger Republic tomorrow to discuss solution on terrorism. Nigerian Navy arrests foreign ship on the coast of Nigeria's oil-rich river state with over 6,000 metric tons of automotive gas oil. African Americans recognize Channels Television chairman for media excellence in Africa. And a nurse in Spain diagnosed with Ebola virus disease, the first known case outside Africa in this current outbreak. A quick reminder to you that all our top stories are on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. And do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. And please interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and then follow the instructions. The church and members of the faith-based community have been charged to inspire the change they want to see in Nigeria. Now, at a service held in the Household of God Church, the presiding pastor, Reverend Chris Okotie, says Nigeria is too strategic in God's agenda not to witness desired change. Our correspondent Olu Phillips reports.
In the course of last week, Nigeria marked its 54th anniversary as a nation. But while events commemorating the celebration are thinning out, here at the Household of God Church, it's not over yet. It's not all gloom and doom as some want to see things. At Household, it's always praise, worship, unlimited. As demonstrated severally in the past, Reverend Okotie is an unrepentant believer in a new Nigeria, and he tells us why.
The color of our flag is green. That's what it is. That's why we have green and then white, but our color is green, and that's the first color that is mentioned in this book. But some of you don't believe because not today is up to show this to you. And to every piece of the earth and to every fowl of the air and everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherever there is life, I have given every word.
The household is also known for magnanimity. Lots of gifts went out to worshippers and guests. The high point of the celebration was the cutting of a cake to celebrate Nigeria.
Change is inevitable. And no matter what they do, particularly if those things are contrary to God, they only hasten the manifestation of the great inevitable. And that inevitable is that change will definitely come to Nigeria. It will definitely. We are seeing the last vestiges of this anachronistic government, this, what I call the geriatric circle of redundancy. These men who have been in the political scene for a long time, rediscovering and re-expressing themselves and, redefining themselves, they are ebbing out gradually. And it's a natural sequence. They will eventually peter out.
There are strong indications that this wordsmith preacher will be available for 2015 presidential elections. Olu Phillips, Channels Television.
To security matters now, the police authorities appear to be prepared for any challenges that may arise during the 2015 elections. The Force Public Relations Officer and Commissioner of Police, Mr. Emmanuel Ojukwu, gave the assurance that the police will not tolerate any plans by any group to obstruct future elections. He also spoke about activities during the Eid al-Kabir celebrations. Our correspondent Amaka Okafor reports.
Officers and men of the Nigerian police force are taking strategic locations in the Federal Capital Territory, a strategy that has been replicated across the country to ensure a hitch-free Eid al-Fitr celebrations.
Check again.
The spokesman of the Nigerian Police Force explains that the force will continue the trend as the nation prepares for the 2015 general elections.
We've got enough men and materials on ground, properly prepared and positioned to make sure no untoward event happen. Even in areas where we've got emergency rule, they held their Salah celebrations in very good mood. We know there will be Christmas, and the nation already knows, all of us know that there will be 2015 election. Long before now, we've put all our strategies in place for the elections and for all the forthcoming festivities. There are major events. So the police are fully on ground, both on the air, on land, and even in waters. If you recall, a few days ago, our officers were able to catch some pirates in Ibuno, in Akwa Ibom State. And also a few days ago, some men who tried to disrupt traffic along somewhere in Akwa Ibom with some explosives, they were arrested by the police. So we are always prepared. We go ahead of them.
The security strategy by the police is taking the present security situation in the country into recognition. However, Mr. Ojukwu explained that the force is not making arbitrary arrest or detention of suspected members of the Boko Haram sect.
Terror, investigation of terror is painstaking. It's rigorous. A lot of things have to be factored into it. So the ones we have concluded investigation, we've taken the case files to the appropriate quarters, which this case is the Ministry of Justice. They will vet and give us advice on what to do. And those, in concert with them, we've taken some to court. Some more are going to face criminal charges in our courts. This take some time, and we're working on them. The bottom line is that nobody that commits offense against this country will go scot-free.
While assuring Nigerians of its resolve to continue to ensure the security of lives and properties, the Nigerian Police Force has urged Nigerians to do their best as security is no longer the business of the security agencies alone. Amaka Ukafo, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, police commands in Kogi and Anambra states appear to have launched a zero-tolerance campaign on crime. The police states command recently paraded some suspected criminals for crimes ranging from kidnapping and illegal possession of firearms to vehicle snatching. Now, the wife of the Katsina State Governor, Fatima Shema, has appealed to Nigerians and corporate organizations to continue to reach out to the physically challenged in the society. Mrs. Shema made the appeal when she distributed food items and other materials to over 2,000 people in the state.
One after the other, the wife of the Katsina State Governor, Hajia Fatima Shema, hands over foodstuff and other materials to some physically challenged members of the community. This has become a yearly practice to ameliorate the sufferings of some of the downtrodden and physically challenged members of the society. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, Katsina State is one of the poorest states in the country with a 74.5% poverty rate. Further worsening the situation in the state is a high number of physically challenged people. The wife of the state governor says there needs to be a multifaceted approach to fighting the endemic poverty in the state and at the same time help the needy in the society.
Of the hard times for these less privileged people and to make them feel they are really part of the society. We are all sisters and brothers, no matter their disability.
The First Lady also advocated the need for philanthropists and corporate organizations to contribute in assisting the less privileged members of the society.
When the news at 10 returns, group expresses worry over more HIV/AIDS related deaths in the country. Do join us again.